Hey, what's good, Josh? Your boy Darius. I'm back with y'all another reaction video on the day, man. Look, so we all know recently that Psycho Bob, a Florida rapper, you know what I'm saying, out of Broward County, his mother just got killed, and Psycho Bob is locked up. So shout out to the family YouTube TV channel, because I guess they gonna piece it together what's really going on behind the scenes. Because for somebody's mother to be targeted, it got to be something, you know, more deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, what we see. It got to be deeper than that, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into the video.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
It's time to expose these real rap. Get these niggas up. Go tag that Psycho Bob and go tag that Clint.
Nah.
And tag his mammy too. Tag his mama too. And the daddy.
That's a cooked food. Thought I took a lot of losses, but I ain't never lose. Chopper knock him out his element. Them niggas bitches.
Let's good, but a head be a mackin'. That's the art mama. Oh yeah, that's smash. Hold on, be the son.
He said your mama up there. That's crazy.
Gunfire erupting on a busy road in Lauderhill, leaving a car riddled with bullets.
The shooting sending 3 people to the hospital, and that's where we find Local 10's Sanella Sabovic live with what just learned about one of the victims. Sanella. The victims, all men, were transferred here to Broward Health Medical Center from Plantation General Hospital. We're told they are stable, expected to be released soon, and one of them is actually a South Florida rapper.
It was a Friday, March 19th, around lunchtime. Misty was returning to work at her salon, Hair Free, talking to a friend on the phone.
She was on the phone with her, and I guess she told her, like, I guess somebody started her, and she was like, wow, you scared me. What are you here for? And then all of a sudden, I guess, like, with him pulling out the gun on her, I guess, and she's got hurt gunshots.
After a woman was shot and killed in Fort Lauderdale, we've learned she was the mother of a South Florida rapper.
Less than 48 hours ago, family, we did a story about a Florida rapper whose mother was gunned down in her driveway, in the driver's seat of her vehicle, while her son was in the feds. And it just so happened, all this is allegedly because of his war. I have to be real, family. I dedicated my next 48 hours to try to find out why. At least it was public. Like, let's be real, family. Even if you're in the streets, this goes beyond your morals. Like, what you do to make your mother a casualty of your war?
That is true. Like, at what point the beef get that deep where you targeting people, mama? Like, that's crazy.
Then you gotta ask, better yet, what somebody gotta do to you to make you have the same satisfaction on taking the life of their mother if you can't get your enemy? And after looking up a couple public cases and going over some social media accounts, family, we may got the answer. This wasn't the rapper's first time his mother got shot, which we'll later discuss. But it seems he's involved with his enemy mother losing his life, and a close friend to the enemy mother who lost her life. It seems he may have had sexual relations with his mother. Family, I can't make none of this up. But that goes to my initial question. What somebody got to do to make you flash out and say, hey, getting your mother would be some form of satisfaction? This going beyond the streets. This is no morals, no principles. And then you say, hey, what you got going on that you putting your mother in harm's way? We're going to discuss it all. But first, remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. It's a huge war going in Broward County between Liberia and Hollywood, Florida, and Dana Beach, Florida, which is literally blocks away from each other and just 5 miles from their neighborhood to the local beach. And a known local rapper from Dana Beach is a rapper named Psycho Bob. Government can be real smart. Psycho Bob even once wrote this alongside a picture of him and Lil Meech. We both grew up in Dana. There's only 13 streets to play on. It's the first city and smallest city in Broward County. Growing up on that little park, never thought we'd be superstars. Your daddy was the man in our city. Now we are tagging Lil Meech BMF. Now Psycho Bob is a huge player when it comes to this feud down there in Broward County. Here above on the upper left-hand corner of this photo is a photo of Psycho Bob and his mother, Miss Dee Dee. May she rest in peace and love condolences to her family. She was the woman who made her rounds on social media less than 48 hours ago after being ambushed broad daylight. Now, after doing my research, before we play this news clip and get caught up on this situation, we have to go back some years and talk about publicly how the beef started between Hollywood and Dana Beach, Florida. Family, who remember the Florida rapper in the late 2000s? They go by the name of Briscoe. Once had a track with Lil Wayne that racked up
open like a goon.
millions of views, titled In the Hood. In 2011, Briscoe went to this after-hours spot called Wars. It's a restaurant and lounge. This was considered the after-hours spot for when people go out in Dana Beach or Hollywood, Florida. It was literally located between the two on Pippin Waiters Road in Dana Beach, Florida. But on that day, the Florida rapper Briscoe was robbed. Now keep in mind, he's from Miami, and he was popping at the time. So for him to be over there, I'm sure he had ties with either Dana or Hollywood. Well, I had the answer. Well, at least I might. Because according to indictment, a guy that go by the name of Eric Hunter was the guy that robbed Briscoe that night. Now, Eric Hunter is from the Dana Beach side. He's a fair guy in Broward County. And one of the reasons was an example like this. This is Dejon Brown. He's from Hollywood, Florida. He was just 20 years old when his life was taken by Derek Hunter at just 18 years old. And according to the indictment, this was because Dejon was telling everybody that Eric was the one that robbed Briscoe. The location was near Pippin Road, near Wars. Authorities came to the scene at around 1:26 a.m. to what they called a street party. Dejon was found deceased on the scene. Deputies said Hunter was last seen in a blue Nissan Altima. He was later arrested and charged with first degree once he was caught. But it seems he got out some years later and would later be key in the video. And in my opinion, according to public records, that was the first incident of blood drawn from both sides that started a chain of events for years to come. You can see a picture of Psycho Bob back in the day.
Hey, you can tell bro really did his homework because he pulling up pictures. He pulling up mug shots and pictures and stuff like that. He really did his homework.
Alongside other Dana, Florida members, and the H stands for Hollywood, Florida. But the person to the bottom right was a young guy that go by the name of Josh. Josh from Dana. Some call him Summertime. He was known for getting money, but at a very early age, he would get life in prison. Now Joshua, he would be known in Hollywood and Dana. In January of 2013, him and a guy named Corey Miller from Dana decided to go rob a Hollywood gas station. But the clerk had other plans. He ended up shooting one of the robbers. The robber ended up being Corey Miller, and Joshua, well, he ended up getting life in prison at just 19 years old. People on the Dana and Hollywood side was upset, but especially on Dana. They were saying Josh shouldn't have left Corey. Corey was really loved in Dana.
Hey, y'all wonder why y'all don't hear a lot of like robbers and stuff like that in South Florida? Because it sounds like, you know, at the gas stations and stuff like that, them boys ready. They waiting on you. You just heard him say he's shooting back. He shot the man.
Fast forward to 2021. Eric is back home from the first body we talked about in the beginning of the video. Now, Eric, being from Dana, he was close to Psycho Bob and another guy named Brett, who was always seen with Psycho Bob. Some call him his brother. Now, Brett took his own life on his wedding day. Some say he felt the pressure of the feds. And the reason why, according to the new indictment of Eric's, him and Brett was in the eye of the law after a guy that go by the name Snap City Surge. They end up robbing him and shooting him. He ended up surviving. His parents made him testify. And that's how Eric and Psycho Brotherhead got caught. Eric ended up getting a gang indictment only a month after.
Responsible from everything to home invasions to murders. That's how the feds describe these men who are now facing federal charges tonight. NBC6 reporter Jamie Corolla is in Fort Lauderdale with the details. The U.S. Attorney says 3 violent criminals are off the street tonight behind bars after years of terrorizing Broward County. These 2 men are alleged members of a violent gang called Onsite. Court documents obtained by NBC6 say the Onsite gang lived up to its name to, quote, reflect the willingness of enterprise members to commit acts of extreme violence, including murder, without hesitation. 28-year-old Eric Hunter, a.k.a. E, and 27-year-old Derek Slade, a.k.a. D, arraigned today in federal court. Hunter is the alleged leader who planned, organized, and supervised the gang's criminal activity. Slade and a third person arraigned earlier this month are alleged to carry out the crimes. The indictment says the criminals, quote, engaged in multiple acts of violence to intimidate victims and reduce likelihood of resistance, engaged in drive-by shootings to engender fear, and while incarcerated, maintained contact with others to achieve the goals of the enterprise. The feds allege the gang also used social media to, quote, maintain virtual presences and to establish and enhance the perception of the enterprise's violent nature and to recruit potential members and threaten other rival gang members. They allegedly used social media to post pictures of their crimes or potential victims. If convicted, they could face life in prison. In Broward, Jamie Garola, NBC6 News.
Now, Serge had a lot of love in Hollywood, even connected to some known local Hollywood rappers. One of them was a rapper called Tay that you see to the right of the screen. Trey and a guy named Sig, both from Hollywood, is well-known rappers in their city. Trey went by HMT Trey, and Sig went by Liberia Sig. They had a track called FTO, with a little over 500,000 views and counting.
Got me walking with a limp like one of my legs bigger. Fact. You know we standing on that bench, you know I can't move.
Now, Trey and Sig been brothers since they would say jits. But in early 2021, Trey's mother, Missy, was gunned down. May she rest in peace and love and condolences to her family. She wasn't robbed, she was targeted. She was gunned down broad daylight.
New on the night team, the story of a woman gunned down while walking to work in broad daylight.
Karen Hensel explains why, a month later, her sisters are now turning to 7 Investigates.
This is video from the first day of school as 39-year-old Misty Hopkins led kids in like the Pied Piper.
She's like your biggest support.
And she was a teacher too.
System. Like, no matter what you are doing, she was never a sad person. She always laughed.
But her laughter was silenced the day the mother of 8 was shot and killed at this business center on Northwest 27th Avenue near 175th Street in Miami Gardens. It was a Friday, March 19th, around lunchtime. Misty was returning to work at her salon, Hair Free, talking to a friend on the phone.
She was on the phone with her, and I guess she told her, like, I guess somebody started her, and she was like, wow, you scared me. What are you here for? And then all of a sudden, I guess, like, with him pulling out the gun on her, I guess, and she's got heard gunshots.
Did she indicate whether she thought Misty knew this person?
I know she ain't just asked that because she just said, the lady said, who you here for? Like, usually if somebody say who you here for, they ain't gonna be like, it's usually not a person I know if I'm like, who you here for?
I don't think she did, because she said, oh, you scared me. Who you here for? And
that's what I just said.
And she heard gunshots.
She asked no question like that.
Miami Gardens police say Misty Hopkins was approaching the salon door when she was confronted and shot to death by a man wearing a black hoodie. Police say she died here in this hallway, but the man fled down the stairs and headed west across Northwest 27th Avenue.
The women say Misty was not robbed, but was shot several times.
Hey, the game different now, boy. I'll tell you, the game different. Like, you targeting people, mamas now, like, you know what I'm saying? The game different. It's like, I can't get you, I'm gonna get what's gonna hurt you the most. Like, that's crazy to me.
What does that tell you?
That it was intentional, that they was out to seek revenge.
Personal. But not towards her, because she wouldn't harm a fly, so.
They believe their friend was targeted for some reason because of the brutal way she was killed. They say many were too afraid to go to the funeral.
So we just, like, kind of just stayed away.
If a person was that bold to kill her in broad daylight, who's to say you wouldn't come to the funeral?
Nicole and LaToya are Misty's lifelong friends, and Melanie is her biological sister.
Sisters.
They share a friendship so close, they consider themselves all sisters.
That's what you do.
But staying away from her little sister's funeral was especially hard for Melanie.
It's not right. You have to be some kind of devil to even try to shoot her in her face, or just the thought of you just putting the bullet to her face.
Imagine I have to have a closed casket funeral and she's beautiful. Like, you see her.
Right. Yeah. Right.
She was beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know why the bullets were aimed at her, but to even say goodbye, you know, she didn't deserve that type of goodbye. She should have been celebrated.
There was sheer anguish the day Misty Hopkins died, And now, a month later, her sisters are hoping someone will come forward to find her killer.
Justice got to be served, and somebody got to speak up. If we don't speak up, then what's going to happen? Turn yourself in. You broke a lot of hearts.
Misty Hopkins was a wife, daughter, mother, grandmother, and sister. Her youngest child is just 2 years old.
And how do you tell a 2-year-old your mom is gone? He's missing so much. And for him to be 2 years old and taking, I just don't understand.
The sisters are pleading, if you saw something, say something and call police. Crime Stoppers is offering up to a $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Karen Hensel, 7 News.
Now at that point, you can only imagine what's going through Trey's head. Now one person publicly made fun of this situation inside of a mall from the opposite side, Psycho Bob. Not only did he make fun of Miss Missy in the clip you'll later hear, but he also made a song about Sig's mother allegedly having sexual relationships with her. Sig's mother was named Celeste, and Psycho Bob mentioned her in the song titled Stepdaddy, released last year with over 130,000 views and counting.
Stay down, get on with that grown man. Ooh, get that man down. Let's look good, but a head be a mackin'. That's the art mama.
So as you can see, Psycho Bob disrespect to both of his ops from Hollywood was there. But Psycho Bob will almost lose his life after he would be caught at a mall on camera on a viral clip speaking out about Celeste and also Miss Missy. Once again, may she rest in peace. Psycho Bob and his friend Clint was at the mall when they would find Trey and Sig inside the same department store, and this will happen. On that same day, leaving the mall in 2021, Psycho Bob would get in a car with 2 other people. He found himself getting hit up on the highway. Thank God a fan noticed him and was able to get him help right away, and he managed to survive.
Gunfire erupting on a busy road in Lauderhill, leaving a car riddled with bullets.
The shooting sending 3 people to the hospital, and that's where we find Local 10's Sanel Sabovic live with what just learned about one of the victims. Sanela. The victims, all men, were transferred here to Broward Health Medical Center from Plantation General Hospital. We're told they are stable, expected to be released soon, and one of them is actually a South Florida rapper. 3 friends were driving southbound on State Road 7 just north of Sunrise Boulevard Monday afternoon when they heard gunshots and pulled up right to a shooting scene.
When we came up, we just seen like the accident. I seen the guys getting out of their car, blood gushing out of them. It was just really traumatic to see.
This gold sedan was riddled with bullets. The 3 men inside were shot and begging for help. One of the victims, police say, is a South Florida rapper who goes by the name Psycho Bob. Tristan Johnson left his friends behind and immediately drove them to Plantation General Hospital.
Honestly, I didn't think. I just went with the car and just drove. It was like an adrenaline rush.
Hey, they better paid that man too, man. That man saved y'all boys like, you a rapper? Man, that boy better be straight right now.
And I was hitting the gas the whole way, and I was trying not to hit anybody.
The rapper and the 2 men who were with him were then transferred to Broward Health Medical Center. Police say around 3 Monday afternoon, someone inside a black BMW started shooting at the men inside the gold sedan. The driver of the sedan tried to get away and in the process crashed into several cars. The shooter caught up to the victims and continued to fire. That's when someone in the gold car shot back. The driver of the BMW was last seen heading southbound on State Road 7. Police investigated for hours, finding shell casings along the street and on the sidewalk. They are actively searching for that BMW and the people inside. As for Johnson, he was glad that he was able to help and says he was at the right place at the right time.
It's probably a day I won't forget. I feel like I did something good. So, yeah, hopefully they're okay.
Again, the victims, we're told, are stable. They are expected to be released from the hospital soon. And we're told also by Lauderhill police officers that they are not cooperating with this investigation. Meantime, that BMW and the person responsible for this crime have not been located just yet. That's the latest here from Fort Lauderdale. Sanela Sabovic.
There was a lot of speculation that Psycho Bob had spoken what he knew, especially when he came back online insinuating that he wasn't shot at all. Now,
he said he spoke on what he knew. They just said he wasn't cooperating though. So what is it? Like he said something or he did?
The guy that affiliate with Hollywood. He go by the name of Murder Dex. He ended up speaking about this on live, and he had some interesting things to say the least, even before the new details we'll later discuss concerning Psycho Bob's mother. Now, Dex have a brother named Skrilla, who was signed to MMG about 6 years ago.
Every dog like a Papa Doc. They so quick to say I sold my soul.
That was Skrilla track titled God Will. Skrilla and his brother Dex represent Hollywood, and he spoke up about the issues he had with Psycho Bob and the dude he was with when he went in that mall.
Go tag that nigga Psycho Bob and go tag that Clint. And tag his mammy too.
Nah.
Tag his mama too. And his daddy. Talking about Bias was the king of Liberia. I ain't the king. Barking all the way up until I went to prison. Bias was up under the
But that he is the king. Hey, he is the king of Liberia.
That's my cousin. I got cuz for life. Was allowed to go see his body up in that hospital when you fucking was. That mama don't even know you fucking. Your name nice to meet you, baby. When I pull up his head, hey, come here. Come get in. Here, come in the house. Who is all them people? Tell them they gotta go. I don't need all them around here.
Man, bro, what they got going on?
What we got going on, man? Nigga Bob.
Tell my little sons to chill out, man.
Police calling us. Niggas calling us. Talking about, bruh, y'all boy chill. The police know y'all. What the fuck are people with? Now y'all just volunteer me.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, Dex. Hey, Dex, you know what's crazy? The same nigga they screaming that I told on the lie on me. That same nigga, I ain't telling niggas that, and he calling them niggas. So who really?
On God, bro. He just called me 3 days ago, bro. I give you the matter of fact. I just talked to him. He called me 3 way off his sister phone, bro. I'll give you the last 4 numbers of his sister number right now. So you know ain't counting.
We ain't saying nothing. Hey, I hollered at dog. Dog say still. I ain't never say you told on me. He said the niggas with it. I said what kind of paperwork you got? I said, man, you got some fake paperwork. Man, what kind of, man, I went and bought your paperwork, nigga. Skrilla ain't nowhere in there. Andre Scott is nowhere in your paperwork, homie. So I don't know what y'all niggas kill my dog and send all them goddamn police to Auntie Bill and my goddamn dogs. We know how y'all niggas be playing, cause y'all was scared of nigga finna take y'all up through there. Hey, they had all type of war daddies and killers looking for me.
Nigga, I go, when Precious used to hang up on that boy, that
scary.
That fucking crime. I'll be like, bro, what's up? Bro, she ain't picking up the phone, bro. You ask somebody to call from. So I'll be like, all right, man. When I gotta get on the phone, I'll give you a 3-way sign. Precious, that nigga be in there crying, bro. That nigga be in there about the stress. You know, his roommate taking all his food, his Z's bullying him. Bro, I swear to God, he talking about, come on, bro. You were just in there trying to rock with me. And I get somebody on here, you went to calling your homegirl asking his mother and captain. I don't care about everybody. Every story I tell, even if it's 3,000 people tuned in. If I tell a story, even if it's only 100 of them really know about that situation, I don't care about the rest of them. The rest of them ain't got to know. As long as the 100 won't be like, man, look here, I was there. Bro, here's what really happened. Dex ain't lying. Any story I tell is going to be somebody was there to tell you about it. The facts on that. You will never give me a bitch.
I can't believe Clint talking. What, he just a Zia Blood and a Crip?
Nah.
How you let Psycho beat you up and Psycho got the teeth knocked out? Fucking is under his goals, bro. That's why niggas go take your goals out and show them what a little ass front out, man. That's why you talking like that.
I mean, that niggas Psycho Wild fucking up, bro. I beat y'all boy to death with my bare hands.
Man,
they been quarantined.
Boy, I promise you, no matter where they go, Roddy, Broward, Danny, they gonna stay by the police station. They gonna make sure they gun sound reach to the gun by the police station. They gonna make sure of that. Who fuck we living like that? I just stopped going around there because the niggas got the police looking for me and the police know that's my section. So I'll be a dummy that knowing that these niggas people looking for me and just go over there and let them catch me up for free.
I don't know why they be on Facebook though, man.
Because they
I don't know why they be on Facebook.
Them niggas be capped, man. Them niggas ain't really on that, man.
You know, I ain't the one ready for no Facebook and all that. Outside of their domain, I'm gonna put them on camera. I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do no bodily harm. I'm gonna put them on camera. I'm gonna make them famous.
They just were famous yesterday. Boats and Jeff Gordon.
Clint, then Psycho, you still talk. You still got a nigga name in your mouth, bro. You still playing with a real nigga, man. You in the danger zone, man. Like I don't care who you call. You can call your big homies. It don't matter who you call in this world, homie. What's for you is gonna be for you. And we keep telling you, we you know the sad part, Dex, and Facebook don't even supposed to know this. But we call a peace treaty, man. My mother, you know what, bro? We're going to put this shit to behind us. We won't even give a still what they're talking, bro. And that's the because niggas want to hide behind them. But they know we was in jail and they locked up with us, man. Them boys, man, them niggas, they'll be on the dope, bro. They're going to put the crackers on us.
Them niggas can't go to jail no more.
Nah.
Them niggas can't go to jail no more. I swear to God, them niggas know they got to be Christians. They can't go to jail no more. They know
They gotta be in a faith base. They gotta be in a faith base.
Jail no more. Y'all banned from every jailhouse, every float, every prison. Y'all gonna get it.
Man, we go to jail, so I don't want nobody on the to make it feel like we the aggressors. Hey, bro, listen. But I don't want nobody to feel like that we was the aggressors or you was the aggressor. A nigga told Dog, man, let's squash this for the city. And Dog told us, man, it's up there. So how far you wanted to go up if you gonna keep hiding, bro? How far you wanted to go? They done made it to heaven and came back. We gonna squash it. Your big homie called me. I had respect for your big homie. Your big homie called me. Hey man, bro, man, let's do this. All right, cool. I'ma holler at bro, let's do it, bro. And niggas still telling nigga, and then y'all niggas don't set up the meeting. And then my dog, you know what I'm saying? Everybody crawling the crossfire because your hair all telling your dogs all the pillow talking and the sneak this and you be doing, homie. You, man, psycho, you something in the jail, you see the name in your mouth, I'm gonna do it to you. I keep telling you to watch your mouth, man. Nigga, I'm old enough to be your daddy, nigga.
Nah.
Man, I'm old enough to be your daddy. I don't care how old you is.
Nah, because you keep playing with a nigga. You keep playing with me, homie, but you ain't got enough money. You don't got enough to do what I do, dog. Like, stop playing with a nigga, bro. A nigga keep telling you. And Clint, since you want to jump in this Clint, homie, a nigga gonna show your fat, sloppy, bad body, stank face, nigga gonna knock them tattoos off your face, cause y'all nigga keep speaking on the nigga name. Look like you got hit by FN. Don't get hit by one for real, boy. I'm telling you, don't get hit for real, boy. Nigga gonna be smoking on you next. Both of you niggas.
What this is in that blunt, this that Webby. What this is in that blunt, this that whoever that Corey. What this is in that.
Them niggas ain't got nothing to do with it.
What other shit? Oh, no, I ain't gonna do it because that's my dog.
Nah, them niggas ain't got nothing to do with that. We ain't rocking like that. Them good niggas, man. We ain't rocking like that.
So as you can see, these boys had a lot going on. They even made it at one point trying to squash the tension. Fast forward to September 2023, Psycho Bob, while incarcerated, serving 5 years for a firearms charge. It seems his mother would be the one gunned down.
Night at 11, the search was on for a shooter after a woman was found dead in a van in Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, this crazy because it just happened the other day too.
Yeah.
Let's get to Local 10's Terrell Forney live with the investigation. Terrell.
This was a murder that happened in broad daylight in a Fort Lauderdale neighborhood, a murder that now has the attention of a number of homicide detectives here at police headquarters. Let's get right to the scene. Let's take you there right now, Northwest 30th Way, near 21st Street in Fort Lauderdale. The crime scene in the driveway of a single-family home. The victim, a woman who was in the driver's side of a van that was parked there when she was shot, apparently ambushed right there in the driveway. The call of a shooting first came in just after 6 tonight. Officers arrived and pronounced that woman dead. The back window of that van appeared to be shot out. That van was eventually towed away from the scene. Family members, loved ones, and neighbors, they all gathered just outside of the crime scene tape as those officers worked the area. Out here now, back at the police station, we can tell you that no identity has been released on the victim. Family members of this victim, they declined to speak on camera at this point, but we know that the circumstances and the motive, they are still unclear, and that is what is keeping the attention of detectives here. They're trying to figure out exactly what led up to this and why. We also know that those detectives, they are urging the public to pick up the phone and give them any help that they can to help crack this case. Reporting live from Fort Lauderdale, Terrell Forney, Local 10 News.
Now, when Psycho Bob lost his mother, the other side wasted no time to mark her demise on social media. Sig said, "Long live Missy. We love you. You can get your rest now, baby girl. I know you happy." He also wrote, "Free that one dude, laugh out loud. He said he was effing my mom and dissed her. Now his mama a pack. Not even here no more. Celeste son for ill." He also wrote, "Bet y'all can't troll no more. As we always say, family, revenge don't have a date on it. And like I asked you at the very beginning, what could somebody do to possibly make you want to take out their mother? But seeing we know what somebody could do based on this story, and I guess it's fair game when somebody do the same to your mother or your close friend mother." As we wrap this video up, we do want to say love, prayers, and condolences to all the victims and their families. This Broward County war got 3 mothers mentioned, with 2 of them who end up losing their life, all who not in this so-called beef. I know we probably missed a lot of things, but I know we spoke on a lot of things.
That's the end of the video, man. Look, at what point has the game changed where people is targeting people mamas? Like, that's the crazy part to me. It's like the game ain't the same. Like, the game has evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually when somebody wants somebody, you know what I'm saying, they target their man and they won't sleep until they get him. You know what I'm saying? But at what point it's like, all right, well, I can't get him, I'm gonna go get his mama. That's I don't know. That's the end of the video. Get in the comment box. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.
Pull up on the scene with the whole team. You like, what's that smell? I'm like, that's that sour D. Bitch, you already know that we smoking. Never smoking, Reggie, only poking. Watch me pull up on the scene with the whole team. You like, what's that smell? I'm like, that's that sour D. Bitch, you already know that we smoking. Never smoking, Reggie, only poking. Watch me pull up.